Dear student, I want to show you the topic of cost of capital. That is the last chapter for this semester. So I want to show you how to calculate the cost of capital of an investment. This cost of capital is the rate that must be earned by the firm at a given level of risk in order to satisfy its investors. So this cost of capital is measured in percentage. Okay, the answer is in the form of percentage. So this represent the overall cost of financing to the firm, which includes the cost of debt and the cost of equity. It is also the required rate of return that the firm must at least earn to cover the cost of raising funds from its investors. It is normally used as a discount rate in analyzing an investment or capital budgeting proposal. So it is the required returns that makes a capital budgeting project worthwhile. Alright, so the cost of capital can be divided into the cost of debt and also the equity. Okay, let's look at the debts. So the cost of debt in financing, so or in other words, the borrowing. So for debts, normally it is in the form of bonds or debenture. Bond or debenture. And then in the illustrations, normally we will use a symbol of KD. Alright. So the equity can be in the form of preference shares. Okay, preference shares or the preferred stock. So this is the symbol used for this is KP. So the cost for debts is normally the interest and other costs related to it. So this one is dividend. The cost is in the form of dividend and the flotation cost. Okay, so another form of equity is the ordinary share. Ordinary shares. For ordinary shares, we have external financing. Okay, ordinary shares. Okay, one is external financing, and another is internal financing. External is when you issue new shares to the public. So the symbol normally we use K and E. And in new equity. And for the internal financing, or we call it retained earning. So the symbol is KE. Alright. So this is the preference shares This is the ordinary shares for external financing. The symbol is KNE, and then the ordinary shares for internal financing or the retained earning, that is the KE. Alright, let's go back to the debts or the bond or debenture. So this one can be in two forms. Okay, one is the redeemable, and then another is irredeemable. Okay, you must know how to distinguish these two, because the redeemable, the redemption period must be specified. For example, 10 years or 5 years or 8 years. But this one, irredeemable, it can be redeemed anytime. So there is no a specific redemption period for this one. Okay, so this is a redemption period. There is no specific, so it can be redeemed anytime. Okay. For redemptions period, for debts with redemption period, so it is a redeemable. You have a longer formula to calculate the cost of debts. So the steps. Of course, number one, you identify first the net market price. Okay, the net market price, and then the interest, annual interest, and then the redemption price. And also, don't forget the redemption period. How many years the bond or the debenture can be redeemed. And then after you have identified all this, you prepare the try and error to calculate the net present value. Okay, the net present value of two possible rates of the cost of capital. So you must you need to find one positive and one negative net present value. Okay. And then the third step is to calculate the cost of debt before tax. So this one, the cost of debt before tax, we can calculate it by using the interpolations method. Okay, and then finally you calculate the cost of debts after tax. So this is a bit longer. For the cost of debt for irredeemable bond or debenture, where there is no specific redemption period, so the formula is KD equal to interest divided by the net market price. Okay, the formula for net market price is market price minus the flotation cost. Okay. And then next is the preference shares. So this is also very simple. The formula for KP is the dividend. Okay, the dividend divided by the net market price. So this is also using this formula to determine the value of the net market price. Okay, next is the ordinary shares for external financing. Ordinary shares KNE equal to dividend of that year, of the following year, divided by the net market price, and then plus the growth. Okay, G represent growth. Okay, this is the growth. So to get this the next year dividend is that the previous year dividend. Okay, this is 1, this is 0, plus G divided by the net market price. The net market price is similar to this one, the formula. Okay, and plus the growth, right? This one. For the internal financing or the retained earnings, the formula is KE. Everything is the same except the net market price. Okay, so D1 over market price. This is not net market price, but only the market price. Okay, or D0 plus G over market price plus G, the growth. So how to get the growth? It is based on the historical data of the company. It could be the previous a few years, and then you average the growth rate of the previous year's dividend. So that's all the cost of capital. So basically we have cost of debt, cost of preference shares, cost of ordinary shares for new issuance of ordinary share, and also the use of retained earnings. And then the step after that, you prepare the WACC. Okay, WACC is the weighted average cost of capital. Okay, but before we prepare the WACC, we need to determine either we just use the internal financing or we issue new share. We have to calculate whether the retained earning allocated for that project or the investment is sufficient or not. If not sufficient, then we have to issue new share. So okay, after this I will show you how to do the how to solve the exercises by giving you some illustrations.